Alright, what's up everybody? My name is Zelkenon. This is another Smite super builds. So another requested build actually for Chronos. Now I checked my my playlist and before you ask me, just check out my previous videos. Like if you go on my channel and then go down and there should be a super builds playlist. So you can click on that and then you can kind of look through all of my build videos. Or if you go to my channel and right next to it where it says about, on the right side I have this little magnifying glass. You click on that, then you can just type in the keywords and it'll pop up videos relating to that keyword. So those are how you can find my specific build videos if you're not sure. But I did have a Chronos build that's already done, but it's a little outdated as far as the way the icons look, and it'd always be nice to have a fresh new video out with the Smite being officially launched and whatnot. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this. I think I switched out one item. I forgot what it was, but this is the brand new build. So let's go ahead and check out the items. Actives. Personally, I love Greater Sprint with Chronos. He gets pretty much to be a speed demon, especially with your 2. So if you're kind of relying on your basic attacks, you want to land your 2 on the number 4, which I have landed on. And your movement speed progressively gets movement speed increase. So if you're not familiar with that, it says here 20% initial and plus another a percentage over time, and also attack speed increase obviously. So this lasts for 7 seconds. So if you combo that with sprint, you can run really fast. So you can use that for escape purposes, or you can use that to chase down people, which most of the time you can use that to chase down people. So let's go on with the other items. Purification beads. Yes, you do have your ulti. The problem I do have with the ulti is that it takes a little bit of time for it to channel up. You can be CC immune, but for a short duration, if you're familiar with Chronos, you can get hurt while you're charging up your ulti, and then of course you rewind. But in case you don't want to use that, or whatever the situation may be, purifications could be for you. If you don't want purification beads, maybe you're in Conquest for some reason, and you can use meditation for laning, so you can use this for when you're solo laning. It's probably the only lane I would recommend. Chronos would be the solo lane. Perhaps you need some other escape out of Odin's ulti, combat blink. Purification beads would mainly be for if you're trying to counter Ares or Hades, those type of deals. So just keep that in mind. So adjust accordingly. Whatever actives you need, pick them. So I'm going to go with Shoes of Focus here. Since we have Demonic Grip as our second item, that pretty much acts as all the penetration that we really need. If you look at that, your basic attacks reduce your target's magical protection by 7% and an additional 5 points for 3 seconds. Max is 3 stacks. So 21% and 15 points. That's plenty of penetration. Of course, as long as you keep landing your basic attacks, then you're good. If you have issues with landing your basic attacks, if you're not that good with Chronos yet, or whatever the case may be, then I'll probably recommend getting the Shoes of Magi for the plus 15 magical penetration. If you don't need the cooldown reduction, then of course go with the other boots. So this is my own personal preference. It's up to you what you want to do. Of course, you can, let's see, the cooldown's 4.2 with our 1, 14.4 seconds. It's still a little lengthy for our 2. 10.2 seconds, but this starts off, it gradually lowers the more you put points into it, and then ulti 68 seconds. So really up to you on what you want to do with the cooldown reduction for the boots. So moving on, Demonic Grip with attack speed and power in the passive. Telekinesis rings works pretty well, with attack speed, and also grants you the protection. This is really cool because, as always, what I always say is that mages, they don't scale magical defense wise, so it's always handy to have some type of magical protection item on you for fighting those other mages, because other mages are going to have penetration, and if you have 0 magical protection items, you're going to be sitting at your default 30 magical protection, that's just going to cut right through you. So it's always nice to have something like that, like a Void Stone or this, whatever you want to pick. But I like this with the passive. Since this is more of a basic attack build, since Chronos, he mainly uses basic attacks, of course, his 1 and 3 is always nice for extra damage, but for the most part, he's basic attack, so this helps him out quite a bit. So I'm going to be rolling with 2 rings. Well, Yeah, that's definitely a ring, but it's not called demonic ring. It's demonic grip, so it's a gripping ring, whatever. Obsidian shard. Now this is more of the cheap and efficient way of getting a lot of magical power pretty quickly. So this be about mid game. Obsidian shard is really cheap, plus 70 magical power and another 33% penetration. So that's a lot of penetration right there. If you rather not have that much penetration, if you feel like it's a waste than other magical power items, you could go with I wouldn't really recommend building stacks or anything with Chronos. That'd be kind of bad. Ethereal staff for building a little bit more health wise, so you can get a little bit more tanky. So you could do that. Gem of Isolation. Thing is damaging abilities. If they have the other gem, which your basic attacks would reduce their movement speed, that'd be really great, but they took the item out, so you can't really go that route. So it would have to be you could get Chronos pendant. It's a nice item, so you could swap that out for that. You'll cap out on your cooldown reduction. I'd most likely probably go, honestly, with just Bancroft's Talon. I mean, it's 100 magical power for 2400. It's fairly cheap and that much life steal. And then of course the passive is always nice. So it's kind of up to you on what you want to do with that. Which you could also go, which I had this on my other build, was Haste of Mentalis. This gives you a crazy amount of attack speed. So if you're just really basic attacking, this will help you out so much with this. You get movement speed, attack speed, and a really great passive. So what the passive pretty much means, as long as you keep basic attacking him, whatever who you're facing, if they try running away and you keep basic attacking, you can run along behind them, hitting them constantly, even though they're trying to run away. So that's how that works. It removes the attack when you do basic attacks. You have a debuff, it removes that. So that's how that works. So you could go that route. So there's many little options on whatever you want to do. If we need physical protection, I would recommend buying the Breastplate of Valor. It's a very cheap way to get a lot of protection, also getting you some mana, and cooldown reduction is always nice. So that's how I would do that. Magical protection wise, Stone of Gaia is a very cheap way and effective to get a lot of magical protection. Or you can just go with Void Stone. So those are some options, alternatives to that Obsidian Shard. If you need, a different item for whatever the occasion may be. Of course, Polynom, I'm definitely going to get that. A lot of power, good amount of mana, good lifesteal, and the passive is really cool because if you're not familiar with it, after using an ability, your next basic attack within the next 5 seconds, of course, grants 85% of your magical power as additional magical damage for your next basic attack. So let's say your one has 4.2. So if you look where you get buffs at, right above the HP bar, let's say go ahead and use that, and now have that little Polynomicon book. So your next basic attack is going to do additional damage. So it works well with our basic attack build. Finally, Royalty Hoodie for obvious reasons. MP5 is always nice, a little bonus, but mainly for the magical power. So let's go ahead and try out some of our attacks. Now if you're relying mainly on basic attacks, I recommend landing on section 4 here. As you see, if you're not familiar with this is what each section does when you land your 2 or hit your 2. So if you need some mana refund on abilities, there you go. Health per second, power, overall power, and then power to basic attacks. So just keep that in mind. So we're going to go ahead and land on R4. There you go. Very nice. That extra yellow damage, that was telekinesis ring. It adds additional damage to our basic attacks. Now we have red buff. So before red buff, you didn't see it. We had about like 500 something, like 530 magical power. Gonna land on 4. That's pretty fast. I mean, with this buff, we have 1.9 attack speed. So if you had Haste of Mentalis, you easily reach over the 2.0 threshold. What's that? You see that 533? That was Polynomicon. So though, keep in mind, it doesn't pop after you do your 2. Actually, sorry, it does. Okay. Well, they need to fix the tooltip. It said only after damaging abilities. Nope. Oh, it's just abilities. Okay, they did fix it. Okay, there we go. Alright. I wasn't paying attention earlier, so I didn't see it earlier. So let's keep on going. So, with the magical might potion, 703. Elixir, 825. That is a lot. So 560 is really quick. And finally, we go ahead and test on Raw. Let's go ahead and speed up that way. 800. Wow, that was a combination of about 900 to 1,000 damage right there with that basic attack. Of course, you know, this is on raw bot. This is not actual scaling, so keep that in mind when I'm doing these builds that they're against jungle mobs, raw bot. So damage, you know, manage how the point system works. Let's go ahead and mess with the Gold Fury just for fun, even though red buff is going to expire now. So that's pretty much going to wrap it up for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later. If you have any other builds they want me to do, let me know in the comments below. Peace.